Hello, my YouTube friends. Thanks for joining. And tonight or today. Anyway, thanks for joining in. I appreciate each and every one of you, as always, on the Audio Master Show. Man, we got something cool going on today, and I wanted to share something really, really neat with you, man. And that is my vintage Turner U9S 1940s vintage microphone. Wow. Yeah, man. It still works. It sounds great. I am probably about 10 inches away from this microphone, but I want you to notice something here. As you get closer to this microphone, the proximity effect starts to work, and it really sounds good, man. I love this microphone. I'm usually talking through my Shure SM7B, which is right here. I do have it on, but the volume is turned down and I have it turned away. So I thought I'd get on here, man, and do a little video about this classic vintage microphone that was used extensively in the 40s for broadcast in your broadcast studios for radio and whatnot. They always use this microphone right here. It is a jewel, man, and I just love this mic, man. It pretty much for the most part of the time sits up in a case and in my mic locker, and I really don't pull it out as much as I should, but I really dig this thing. I want to show you a little closer up uh, pic of this thing. Um, let's see if I can get it up here without creating a bunch of havoc. This is it right here. As you can hear me fumbling around on the mic stand. But this is the baby right here, man. Just a nice, clean look to it. The original cable, I'm assuming, because it kind of feels, the cable feels like it's I don't know, just one of those older style cables and connectors on there. A really cool thing, though, man. I really dig this mic, and it just sounds really, really good when you get closer up to it. Has a nice, clean sound to it. But I'm going to hold on to this stand here for a little bit so that I can get the mic a little closer to me. I didn't want to pull out my other boom mic stand and actually put it on it. So I am just going to chill out here and let it rest on my feet, this little stand, and talk to you guys about this great mic, man. I love this mic. It actually has several different impedance changes that you can do on the back right here, and to change the impedance of the microphone itself, which is a really, really cool thing. And believe me, if you get your impedance right on your preamp to your microphone, things are just going to sound a lot better. And yeah, man, I wanted to get on here and talk about this little Turner microphone. They've been around for a long, long time. I actually found this really cool article here, man. They came out. This came out in the, I want to say, late 40s or early 50s. This little ad right here. It says Beethoven or Boogie Woogie. Isn't that cool, man? So they have different Turner microphones that they were actually putting out at that time. And I want to say this one came out in the 40s, but they have the Model 22 and just different variations of different microphones that they had. Check them out. See if I can get a little closer for y'all. But just some really, really cool microphones, man. I just, I don't know how I ended up with this article right here, but on the back of it right here, it has some other things on here on this ad, some trumpets and whatnot. And I want to say it says 1952. There's a little spot on here. It says 1952. I'm not, I'm assuming that that's when this paper was perhaps written, 1952, but it really looks good, don't it, man? All these years, this little article, someone clipped it out, cut it out of the newspaper, and I was able to find it and have it. And so, kind of a cool thing, man. But yeah, it's kind of neat to think that these Turner microphones were used extensively in the 40s for like radio, and no telling what radio station this microphone came out of, just simply because of the fact that that's what they were used for, was broadcast. And I'm sure someone at one time in the 40s or late 50s sat behind this microphone and talked to this baby to through maybe radio or whatever. And so and no telling what artist could have actually sat behind this microphone and talked through it. But notice how good it sounds, man. It really sounds great to be as old as it is. Um, I mean, it picks up just about everything, every little smack and whatnot in your voice. So it has a nice sound to it. And if you do get closer to the microphone, it does have a nice, the proximity work effect really goes to work. And if you get further away from it, you can see how it thins out like that. But it doesn't sound really bad, does it? I'm going to go ahead and see if I can set this thing down. It's getting kind of heavy to hold it up. But yeah, the Turner microphone, and this isn't the only one that Turner came out with. Like I say, they come out with a lot of different microphones. And let's see if we can just get this baby going right here. I'm going to turn down this Turner right here. Check, check, check. So now I have that other Turner turned down, and we are just going through the Shure SM7B right now, which sounds wonderful, I might add. Such a beautiful microphone, the Shure SM7B. It is a great mic. I love talking about vintage microphones just simply because there's so many of them still out there and so many vintage microphones that still sound great. I have the Electro Voice 642 shotgun microphone. I have two of them, and they actually sound really, 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 really good. I love those microphones, man. They rock. And I am going to be doing some cool recording with that Electro Voice 642. So it's going to be neat having that in the studio and doing some XY miking with those babies. Gotta have it, man. Gotta have it. And I can't wait to I actually want to get a drum kit in here and do it sitting over a drum kit and do an XY over the drum kit. Really cool stuff going on. And those vintage mics are, if you can find them in good working order, I say grab them. And you can find a lot of good stuff on YouTube. You just got to check out the seller and everything and make sure the seller has a good has plenty of stars and no bad rap. You want to make sure you're buying some good quality stuff, because that's the last thing you want to have to deal with, is to get something that they advertise as being in working perfect order, or no scratches, or no whatever on the mic. You want to make sure that you discuss all these things with the buyer, and to make sure that, and do it in writing, in a text or whatever, and make sure that you know, they send you what they said they were going to send you, because there's many cases out there where people who have do fraudulent advertising and whatnot. And I had to deal with that one time when I bought a guitar. I actually bought this Gibson guitar. They said it was a Gibson guitar and original SG, but it wasn't. It wasn't an original SG guitar. It was some foreign made guitar that looked like an SG, but they did some false. Needless to say, I ended up getting my money back out of that deal, but it was just a hassle of having to go through that. And if you play your cards right and you're dealing with a legit seller, then you should be able to find some great vintage uh, microphones out there. So Turner makes a lot of great vintage microphones. They also make some cool microphones for harmonica players. So if you're a harmonica player and you want to get that sound like they had in the day, back in the day, you need to be doing your harmonica through an old Turner microphone, and I think you'll find that tone that you're actually looking for by using an old Turner microphone for that harmonica. And so there's different microphones that are great for different instruments. I talked about that in my last video that I did. It's finding the right microphone for the right instrument. Same thing with vocals. when you're doing vocal tracks. Everyone's going to have a different voice. Um, and so it's finding that right microphone that's suitable for that singer that you have coming in, and knowing pretty much what microphone in your mic locker to grab as a go-to, in the assumption that you kind of know this person's voice ahead of time, kind of save you some time as to fumbling around what mic's going to be best for that person. So, if there's a lot of sibilance in somebody's voice, you might want to try a ribbon microphone out. If there's a girl, a lady who sings, who has a beautiful voice, who their voice sounds a little thin, you might want to try a ribbon microphone out, or you might want to try the Shure SM7B microphone out, or the RE20 microphone out on her. So there's different microphones for different applications, and it's knowing these microphones and the temperament of each microphone that's going to save you a lot of time as an engineer on getting good takes, man. Because there's nothing worse than putting the wrong microphone on the instrument and not getting the best out of that instrument because you chose the wrong mic. And so, a lot of those vintage microphones that's been out there a long, long time, there's some really, really good ones. The 420, 421, the 676, the RE20, the Shure SM7B, the 57, the 58, the U87, the U67, the U47, the U48. There's just all these great microphones that's been out for tons of time. AKG C12. Just go on and on and on and on and on about all the great microphones. And it's knowing these microphones and how they sound that's going to save you a lot of time on EQ, and also getting the tone and sound that you're actually looking for to do your tracking with. So, keep that in mind whenever you're shopping microphones. But if you're just now starting out on a microphone and you want one that's kind of a versatile microphone, I would go with a great dynamic microphone if it's for vocals, like the Shure SM7B or the RE20. And then, other than that, you need one good, great condenser microphone, and you can't go wrong with the TLM 103 or the U87. Or if you can find an older U87, that's even better because the capsules were better made, and just an all around better microphone from what I hear. And so I actually had the old U87, so I don't know. I can't honestly compare it up with the new U87s, but anyway, I'm just kind of going on what other engineers had told me. And so I kind of lucked out when I found my old U87 that came off the assembly line in 1978. But there are a lot of great microphones out there, but it's like I say, it's choosing the right mic for the right application that's going to save you tons of time. And, a lot of those old Shure microphones, like the Shure 55 microphone, just sounds really, really, really good. That microphone, I actually surpassed a lot of my other high end condenser microphones with this one particular artist. But he loved that mic, and he didn't want to leave without it. And so you're going to find that some mics just sound really, really good on some musicians, while on others they don't. So it's a give or take, and it's somewhat of a guess. But if you know your microphone and how it acts, and like I say, the temperaments of that microphone, you'll have a better guess go-to mic as to getting it right on the first setup. So that'll save you a lot of time in the studio. A lot of times you might want to put two mics up in front of a singer. You might want to put a Shure SM7B, a condenser microphone, and then have a a dynamic microphone. Then have a nice condenser microphone right to the side of that, so that he can be singing. The singer can be singing actually through two mics at one time, and then you can do the A/B test between the two mics and see which one you like best, man. So a lot of cool things in that area as far as choosing the right microphone and the right vintage microphone. So we're gonna keep it kind of short tonight, man, or today, however you want to say it, on this beautiful Saturday outside. We got some crawfish going on, man, and my brother's bowling it up back there, and called me up and said, "Get over here. You got to have some of these things." And I'm just like, man, I really want to stick to my diet, dude. Maybe a good steak tonight, huh? How about a good steak? Good steak and baked potato. That sounds good, right? So, but yeah, we appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't joined the Audio Master Show, you got to join the show, man. Hang out with us here, man, because we got a lot of great things going on the show. We are interviewing a lot of different artists that are coming in. Rick Danis going to come in. Michael Morris is going to come in. Tyler Cesaris is going to come in. We got some great artists that are coming in, man. We got Steven, the wonderful engineers coming in and going to share all his thoughts whenever he gets back from Florida. Can't wait to see you, Steven. Dennis Riva Diniera, can't wait to see you again, my friend. All you guys got some great content, great stuff to share with us here on the Audio Master Show. And we do not want to miss out on any of their interviews, man, because these are people that got some great stories to tell. Everybody's got a story, but some have some greater stories than others, right? Some with more interest that just keep us compelled, right? And it's always a neat thing to be compelled into the energy and what's going on with other people, man, and what's going on in the recording world, the mixing world, the tracking world, the mastering world, and in their lives that they're going to bring in so that you and I can enjoy their company. That's right, man. That's right. We appreciate each and every one of you. Hadn't subscribed, hit it. Slam that bell out of the park. You know the deal. Slam it out. Get you a grand slam. Make sure you bring that bat all the way around, the little twist, the whole 9 yards, and rip it out the park, man. And we will see you tomorrow.